Summer is winding down. It's sad, but we've had some great days. I hope you had the opportunity to take your family on a picnic or something. I mean, there were enough of them that you even had a choice. And the animal issues are not winding down like they're supposed to. Instead, at last count, I think we had 119 cats under roof in the shelter with an additional 30-something in foster care. Oh my. So if your pet isn't already spayed or neutered, please get that little thing done. And if you know somebody whose pet is not spayed or neutered, let them know that it really is the right thing to do. Sometimes people have a little trouble separating how cute the kittens are from having the animal spayed or neutered to prevent birth. But what you don't realize is that for every litter of kittens that is born, then there is more behind them that don't have the space in the shelter that they can use. So it's just one of those things that's like dominoes. It's a progression of disasters. So please have your pet spayed or neutered. You prevent many, many, many births by preventing what you would perceive as being, say, 6 kittens. It just doesn't work quite the way people think it does. So with that, I'm going to be showing you a lot of cats and kittens. Not so many dogs this time, but oh my goodness, we're drowning. The first one that I'm going to talk to you about is a personal quest to find the perfect home for this kitty because she's living in my office. She's helping me with requests for public records and things like that. And I have to say, she is not the most skilled office help I have ever had. This is Tiki. And I love her. She is declawed. She's not accustomed to my speaking this loudly. She's declawed and she's a little bit on the grumpy side around other cats. And so we can't put her in the adoption room where she doesn't have alternatives, because I worry that she might start biting, and once that happens, then it's really difficult to dial back that behavior. Tiki has gorgeous blue eyes. Isn't she striking? Most white kitties with blue eyes are deaf. Tiki is not at all. And I can tell you that while she isn't terribly fond of other cats, she gets along beautifully with small dogs and with birds. Loves watching birds, has never made any overt attempt to do anything with the 3 birds that are currently in my office. There's a good girl. There's absolutely nothing that can improve a human mood like a kitten, really. I mean, really, there's not. This one is a little female. She is a snowshoe. You can see the little white slippers and the cute little white splash on her nose. She's a short hair. She was left with us in our night kennel, and we're not quite sure what was going on. She appears to have some digestive issues, but I'm sure with proper food that can be dealt with. And of course, a little bit of time, because sometimes kittens just have a little trouble digesting things, just like human babies occasionally get a little bit colicky. I think this is probably just a terrific picture. This is Mama, who is so little, just such a tiny thing. And this is her son. And again, these were left in our night kennels. We know that sometimes people are just uncomfortable talking about the animals that they're leaving, and it's okay. We don't mind, really. This way, at least we know the animals are going to be cared for, and that's the most important thing to us. But it really helps if when people leave a pet, they can give us as much history on it as possible, because it really helps us make a better placement for them later on. I think these two are just portrait quality. The striping on their faces is just beautiful. Mama looks so exotic. Aren't they beautiful? This one is a neutered male, and this isn't working, dear. There, okay. This one is a neutered male, and he's slightly older, I would say maybe 2 or 3. He is definitely a solid tabby, very, very heavy, muscular kitty cat. He is a lover, not a fighter. Definitely enjoys having a brush applied, and is just a beautiful cat. His color pattern is really pretty unique. He's an agouti, but he's gray, and he has the faint striping on his face and legs and belly, but for the most part he comes across as a solid colored cat. Not flamboyant or anything, but definitely a striking coat on this guy, and very sweet. When you open the door to his condo, he'll nudge you and let you know that all he really wants is somebody to snuggle and pet him. He's knitting for me. What he's doing is knitting the towel right off of the set. Yes, an enthusiastic knitter. Again, this one is a male, neutered male. And I'm sure he's getting tired of us talking about it, but would you look at those paws? He could be named anything after Cassius Clay. That'd be great. He is such a boxing glove kitty cat. A really striking bicolor tabby. Very, very handsome boy. Very sweet, very loving. And all those wonderful toes. Goodness. We still have our summertime sizzling sticker sale going on. And this is one of the kitties that is involved. She is a beautiful tortoiseshell. I would say a little on the heavy side, but she's beyond a little on the heavy side. She is one chunky cat. One of our volunteers says that she weighs 84 pounds, but she may have gained another pound. I'm thinking maybe not that plump, but definitely plump. One solid hunk of cat, and very loving. Just a purring sweetheart. Beautiful markings, too. In the summertime, when we have so many kittens, it's difficult for our adult cats because families, often for very good reason, are waiting for kittens to adopt to fit into a family that already has cats in existence. And it's always simpler to get a kitten to integrate than it is an adult cat. But that also leaves our adults out in the cold, as it were, except it's not very cold, in the adoption market, because so many people are, once you look at a kitten, I guess it's kind of hard to make a decision for an adult cat, although I would pick this one over a kitten any day, because she's, what you see here is what you get, and there's so much love and heart here that I can't imagine adopting something unknown over it. Such a pretty girl. No show would be complete without a beautiful tuxedo kitty, and so here we have one. Isn't he gorgeous? Has crisp white whiskers and an absolutely luminous black coat. So clean. Just lovely, lovely markings on this guy. He came in with a colony of fleas, but they've been evicted. Thank you, Capstar. And we have a flea-free, handsome boy. Just purring away. This isn't a cat. This is a ferret. This is a little female. She's already, of course, spayed. And she's adorable. You know how ferrets always smell kind of musty? She smells more like cinnamon. She is just so sweet. Everybody loves her. She's playful as only a weasel can be, and she's absolutely into everything. So curious. Anyway, I think that ferrets are just terrific pets. But there are people that object to the odor, which is just something that you don't get past with a weasel. They all have a certain kind of odor to them. They come with scent glands, you know, and even when they are descented, they still have that musty odor. You can bathe them frequently. In fact, most ferrets really enjoy it. Mine always showered with me, and that helps quite a bit. Of course, you do have to kind of watch to make sure their skin doesn't get too dried out. And they can get themselves in trouble if you leave them out to play during the day. So they do need to have secure caging if you're not with them. And they are little escape artists. You don't want to have a ferret if you've got like small rodents in your house. I mean, unless you want to get rid of said small rodents. I don't mean, if you have pet gerbils or pet rats or something, you don't want a ferret too. They do tend to kill them. So that would be awkward. It would be really awkward for the little rodents. So no, you don't want to do that. Anyway, if you're thinking about a ferret, read up on them, do some research, and then come see her, because she is just a sweetheart. This is a beautiful little gray tabby, white bicolor, short-haired. She, although her coat is in very good shape, it will be in better shape very soon. She came in with 5 kittens, and the kittens have been adopted at this point. And so our lovely little mama is ready for her forever home. She's been a sweet, sweet girl and has taken very good care of her babies. And now she'd like to find a family, and she would take care of the family too. Very curious, very interested, actually putting up with the noise and the barking in here pretty well. She's alert, but she's not freaked out by it. And so I would say that this one could very well be a good family pet. I don't think I would make her an outside kitty though, or if I did, it would be several years down the road where she could be an indoor-outdoor. Because she is a little bit tense and fearful. Whenever the dogs bark, I can feel her tremble. Our volunteer says that if this one had a mouse served to him with ketchup, he might consider eating it, but otherwise don't expect that of him. He is definitely a lover, not a fighter or a hunter. However, we did find him. I believe that whoever picked him up said that he was hitchhiking down Old 99. He is such a handsome boy, very sweet, but he also kind of is tense with whatever noise is going on. I'm thinking this one may not be a good one for small children because he is extremely heavy, and the other problem is that he's kind of on this wary side, which happens often if you have a cat that's come from an outdoor environment. That wariness is also a survival tool for them, and so they don't exactly lose it, and that's good. Beautiful tabby patterns here. Anybody that's partial to really, really striking brown tabbies, this is one. Good boy. This is, as you can see, a kitten. Lovely lynxy ears with the nice tufts growing out of them. Nice medium coat. And this one is an escape artist. You open the door to his condo and he sails over your head. A great explorer. He's an Indiana Jones kitten. Yes. I like the little white patch under his chin. Looks like he's wearing a necklace or an ascot or something. But he's very lovable and would make a great family pet. Again, we have some really remarkable patterning on these kitties. You don't usually see the isolated small tabby patches on a cat. Normally you see larger brushstroke kinds of patching, but this one isn't like that. We've got this lovely little patch of very obviously striped tabby on one leg and a paw, and then on the nose, like she's wearing a potato on her nose. So cute. Loves being petted. Great snuggler cat. Just a great choice. I think this one would probably do well even in a family with small children. I'm tickling her ears. Yes. We have some bunnies, and we also have a couple of lovely cockatiels, and I'm not going to be able to show those to you because I've already snuggled a ferret, and so I'm going to smell like a natural enemy and they will bite me. So you just have to take it on my good authority that we do have some bunnies and we have some birds. If you're interested in either of those, come on down. We're at 3120 Martin Way. Our hours are 9:30 to 5:30 Tuesday through Friday, and 9:30 to 4 o'clock on Saturday. So we give you plenty of opportunity, although we are closed on Sunday and Monday. Okay, we're going to go look at some dogs, a few dogs. We don't have many dogs that are available right now. All of them have adoption in progress signs on their kennels. That's a good thing. Welcome to our dog area. I'm speaking softly because Chloe is a little nervous. Of course, Chloe is a Chihuahua. And I've had her in foster care for the past week or so. And so the shelter environment is kind of a scary thing. Chloe weighs 7.5 pounds. She has some command of hand signals. And she bonds very quickly and easily. She's already spayed. And I think she is just 7.5 pounds of pure buttery love. She is the sweetest little dog. She does get along well with cats and with other dogs. And she's pretty good with birds. Of course, when you're 7.5 pounds, a larger bird can be kind of a scary thing. People are always asking us for small dogs. Well, here is your opportunity. Chloe probably would not do as well in a household with very rowdy children. In an all-adult household or a household with very quiet kids or older kids, I think she'd be terrific. And as I said, she bonds very quickly. She's just wonderful. Buggy little eyes and all. This is Jack. Jack is a Schipperke mix. He is high energy. Oh, is he ever high energy. We have a sign on his cage that says no walks, but what we mean is that when Jocko goes by the kitty cat's cage in the front office, everything breaks loose. It gets really noisy. You have cats pinging off of the cage walls and this little guy barking his head off. And oh my, things get very busy very suddenly. He is actually a little dog that needs a lot of exercise. The Schipperkes are kind of a high-energy breed anyway. They were originally developed as the security patrol for the canal boats in Holland. Jocko is a mix, or Jack. He probably has some spaniel in there somewhere or something else, right? And he also has some scarring on his right eye that make him look a little funny, but I don't think it really affects his vision. He seems to see quite well. He is going to have a home with a fenced yard, mainly because he tends to follow anything that's moving. No, doesn't tend to. We can guarantee you he will. And if it's moving past an unfenced yard, you'll never see him again. That may be how come he's here. Do you think that could be the case? It could be. Other than that, he's just a delightful little dog. He's a lot of fun, has a nice easy care coat, and as you can see, he really loves attention. Yes, he does. Yes. Brush him and give him treats, and he is yours forever. This is a little Shih Tzu. Oh, goodness. Who came to us with some skin issues, some eye issues that we had to have kind of explored, and definitely some coat issues. Well, Grateful Dogs was kind enough to take care of the coat issues. The eye things, oh, he was just born with. Don't slow him down in the least. And definitely there's some skin things, but it's nothing serious, and for the most part is pretty well taken care of. Some dogs have a passing allergy to fleas, and he came in with such a bad coat that possibly that was what was going on, but the fleas are gone. Now, if he were to find fleas or they were to find him, again, in future, then chances are good that that could be a problem again. So keeping dogs with iffy skin flea-free is just something that you have to do. I have one myself. One of my corgis has very, very touchy skin, and making sure that she stays flea-free as well as managing her allergies sometimes feels like as much of a full-time job as the other stuff that I do. Anyway, those of you who are looking for a small dog, this would be a good one to consider. He looks like a little gremlin, doesn't he? Very cute. Yes. Probably not a good one for a household with little kids. He's a little flighty and doesn't focus all that well. But for an adult household, I think he'd be fine. Yeah. Thanks so much for spending time with us. We had a good time, and we hope you did too. Remember to come visit us. And summer hasn't left us yet. You be real careful out there with the sun and all of the summertime hazards for you and your pets, because we want to see you back.